It's a very important question, what really made you go, I need to get this sorted out? Empathy is really the person feeling like you are able to sit in their shoes. A fantastic sentence for you to illustrate that you're listening is the following sentence. The next point is what I call true away. Okay, now I'm going to give you an insight. We're going to do point number 6 and point number 7 together. True away means, remember what I said, people are motivated to take action either towards pleasure or away from pain. We do want to talk about both, but true away is the most significant. So typically I lead into this by saying a very casual conversation like, hey, look, at this point, there's a lot going on. This is going on, this is going on, this is going on. But typically, most people think that people come to see us because of pain, like you've told me. But actually, in my experience of working with thousands of people over the years, it's that when that pain is actually affecting their life or stopping them from doing something significant, that they actually take action to come in and get looked after, especially males. I even joke. So strange, silly, but very important question. What really made you go, I need to get this sorted out? What did this back pain or neck pain stop you from doing? What one thing did you have a moment where you couldn't, if, for example, stories are great, guys. For example, we often have patients coming here and they go, you know what, when I couldn't pick up my kids, when I realized I needed to do that. But that was their significant thing. What is it for you? What is the one thing that this pain actually stopped you from doing, or that altered your life, or made you change something? What is the one thing that stopped you from doing and that actually made you come in here today? Not about the pain, but what did the pain stop you from doing? And then we ask a bit more questions around that. But that's what I like to term true away. What's the true thing, the true away from pain? What's the true pain that stopped them from doing? But you understand the why behind this. Now, also something slightly controversial here is by this stage, you've probably got enough information to almost tell them. And by the way, a fantastic sentence for you to illustrate that you're listening is the following sentences. So, Mary, if I'm hearing you correctly, you've had this and this and this and this and this and this. Please write that sentence down. So, Mary, if I'm reading between the lines, or if I'm hearing you correctly, you've had this, 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 and this. But the real reason here is because you really want to start playing golf with your mates again. And if they say an affirmative, like, yes, that's exactly it, I want you to psychologically in your brain go, cha-ching, yes, baby, we did it. That is what they call the empathetic rap, right? Empathy is really the person feeling like you are able to sit in their shoes. That is what I call the empathetic rap. Now, there's research on this, right? There's lots of research on this and how it completely calms down the amygdala when you do that, or amygdala when you do that. So write that sentence down. So if I'm reading between the lines this, and if they respond with that's exactly it, you've actually listened enough. Now, don't just do it if you don't think you're on the right track. But if you're going to get an affirmative, and that's the point of selling. Remember, 2 ears, 1 mouth, using that proportion. We're asking questions and we're listening, and we want to pull this trigger. This is a secret weapon. Is if I'm hearing you correctly, this. Or you might go, what's the one thing, most people think that people come to chiropractic because of pain, but in my experience of working with thousands of people, it's not because of the pain, but it's the way the pain is actually starting to affect their life. So I want to find out a bit more, because I want to set some goals in a moment for you of things we want to start doing again that the pain has stopped you from doing again. So what is the pain actually? How does it affect your life? And if they're not giving you anything, then you can tell a story about struggling to pick up a kid. And then once they tell you that, you may want to follow up with like, okay, so if I understand you correctly, but the real reason is duh. And if you get a yes, boom shaka, you're in the right place. That's point number 6, and we go straight to point number 7. And it is helpful to say, hey, and while we're working together, we want to set up some goals that we want to achieve together, so we know we're getting the results that you want and the results that I want for you. So what are some things that you'd like to achieve throughout our care together the next few months? Key phrase, next few months. A little seed, a little hey, we're going to be months, not days. It's subtle, but it's there. And then they're going to say that, and every time they say something, you're going to say, that's a great goal, that's a good goal, great job, I love that, etc.